to myself. I was like, let me try to switch it up on my channel. I'm still gonna talk about conscious stuff, the Matrix and stuff like that, stuff that need like I'm still gonna spit this knowledge, but I just want to share my personal experiences from living in the country. And I live, mind you, I grew up. I was born in Jackson, Mississippi, right? So I'm a Southern boy at heart. So even with my whole family still, they're currently down south, still down. So, but we moved to Louisville, Kentucky when I was what 5 years old, right? So Louisville, Kentucky is like a metropolitan, a city, right? But I would always go back to Mississippi during the summertime and like just stay with my granddad, I stay with my grandmother, I stay with just my family. That's where all my family's at. And those were some of the best experiences that I had. Living in the countryside, just living in the country in general. Some of the best experiences I ever had, like, because country people are more, they show more hospitality. They're more welcoming. It's more of a, they're more soulful, right? But now, like, okay, I've been to the country. Well, I left Louisville, Kentucky, right? Louisville, Kentucky is a city, right? I left there in 2013, but I still lived in the city. I've been out time. I've been out to the country before. It ain't too bad out there living in the city around negative frequencies. That's facts, King Trail, bro. Facts, my nigga. Shout out John too. Shout out both of y'all, bro. But yeah, man, the picture I have for this live, that looks like my driveway. My driveway literally looks like the picture that I have for the cover photo for this video. I have a long driveway. It's damn near a mile long. Like I'm in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, I'm gonna get back to what I was saying. Good day, John. Uh yeah, I left Louisville in 2013, right? But uh I met my wife, so in 2017 we moved back to the country, like to where she's from. But I've always had country in me because I'm from Mississippi. I was born in Mississippi. I just always had the country in me. So when now we're currently like in the middle, I like literally live in the middle of nowhere. Like it's one cop out here where I live at. I'm gonna run down some of the pros and cons to y'all, like, but it's more pros than cons living in the country. Like I'm literally like I'm surrounded by trees. I'm in the middle of nowhere, man. Yeah. But some of the pros is one of the pros is everybody looks out for each other. When you live like in a small setting, like it's one cop where I live at. Literally one cop where I live at. It's one store in town. Like it's two. I take that back. It's like two or three stores that's inside of town, right? But yeah, everybody just looks out for each other. It's like a community where everybody knows each other. People wave like when you ride down the road, somebody will wave at you. I felt like that was kind of off to me when when I very first moved here. I would be riding down the road, right, and people would just wave at me. I was like, what? I was like, what? I wasn't used to that because I hadn't been in the country. I hadn't lived in the country in so long. But like people are more friendly here. Um, it's just more like of a natural feeling just being in the country. And then it's less 5G towers out here where I live at too. I count it. I'm very aware. I look at this shit when I'm out and about. I think the nearest 5G tower to where we live at now is like 5 miles down the road. It's the nearest 5G tower that's around here. Opposed to living in the city, the city is infested with 5G towers. So you getting hit with frequencies and all type of negative frequencies all the time. You constantly being bombarded. Yeah, it's zombies out here where I live at too. I ain't gonna front. Yeah, it's zombies out here where I live at in the country. You got people that sleep out here too, but on a smaller scale. Opposed to living in the city, you surrounded by hundreds of thousands of zombies. You surrounded by hundreds of thousands of sheep. Like you can't escape it, and then they pile you on top of each other when you living in the city too, right? So in the country, you get more of a peace of mind. Like I get more of a peace of mind out here where I'm at. It's it's less hustle and bustle, right? Opposed to like just being in the city, having to deal with the 9 to 5 rat race. Like being all the traffic jams, it's just no, man. That's no way to live. I'm telling y'all, when I first moved out here, right, my family came out here, and my immediate family came out here, like my immediate family, like brother, mom, dad, cousins, auntie, but they still live over in Louisville, Kentucky. They still in the city. They left the country to be in the city, but they've been in the city so long they hate the country now. And this is where we come from. Like mommy, we come from the country, but they've been programmed into the matrix that programmed them into hating living in natural rural areas, country, like in the country. But yeah, they came out here, right? They wanted to get back to the city so bad. They didn't like it here. They because it was, and I asked them. I said, "Why come y'all don't like it out here?" They said, "Cause ain't nothing around, ain't no stores." So you see how we've been put in a trance. They want us to live in these concrete jungles, infested with shopping malls, infested with 5G towers, infested with all this external shit. I feel like it'd be more harder to wake up living in the city than it is opposed to the country, because the country you can you're actually out inside of it's like a peaceful environment. It's like a certain quietness opposed to living in the city, constantly hearing horns, people honking their horns, hearing the traffic all the time, hearing helicopters flying over your crib all the time, hearing all this just chaos, constantly commotion all the time. Who wants to be around that? And then with the frequencies, with those 5G towers, you being zapped with 5G towers constantly. That's what I'm saying. Like, but I wouldn't trade living in the country for nothing in the world. Facts. Yeah, I wouldn't trade living in the country for nothing in the world. Then hearing gunshots and hearing zombies arguing, man, I can't wait to get out the city. Yeah, bro, that's the best thing we can do, man. I know. A lot of us, we don't like have the financial or the capital to like to make it to the country, but it's cheaper. You can get a crib in the country and pay $500 a month rent. It ain't gotta be no big lavish crib. As long as yeah, bro. I dread going to the city now. I dread going to the city, bro, because I got window cleaning routes in the city, man. I hate going to the city. Like my energy, my vibration gets low when I go into the city, man. I can just feel it. I can feel the negativity in the air when I go to the city, dog. That's what I'm saying. You surrounded by zombies. So I rather like out here in the country, like my neighbors are not like next to me. Like my nearest neighbor is probably like, but thousands of feet away from me. Probably more than that. Like I don't even see my neighbors. I don't see them at all. Period. Only time I see them was when I'm leaving out somewhere. We just wave at each other. I keep it moving. That's how it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to be stacked on top of each other like a bunch of lab rats. Zombies literally in my street now in UK showing, swearing, kicking bins over. Yeah, they all lost their ways. They all on a mind control. Shit, whenever I get an RV, I want to move out to the country. I know I can. Yeah, you can, bro. I'm gonna get me an RV too, man. I'm saving my bread up now, man. Hopefully in the next 5 years, man, I'll have enough Monopoly money saved up, man. I can get me a little RV, man. Just get off and just lead a whole matrix simulation alone. Like I know I'm still gonna be in on the grid, but like just lead a whole lifestyle alone. Yeah, it's worth it, bro. It's worth it getting out to the country, man. Because anytime, like I think they're gonna unleash a full blown zombie apocalypse, and the cities are gonna be the major hubs, because that's where all the zombies is at. Soon all they gotta do is hit a button, cut those 5G towers up to full blast the frequencies, and it'll turn people into cannibals, like flesh eating zombies. They're gonna be like, really? You think they mindless now? It'd be way worse. But I'm still in the same breath. I know it's still zombies out here where I live at, even though I'm out in the middle of nowhere, but it's on a smaller scale. It's less. The less, the better, right? The less zombies you around, the better. The less bots you around, the better. The less 5G towers you around, the better. They still spray out here though. I ain't gonna front. They it don't matter where you at inside of this realm, inside of this matrix. They gonna be spraying those contrails and chemtrails in the air. They still do it out here. I still see that a lot, but it's just the 5G towers that I don't want to be around. So that's why when I'm riding, because I live in the country. So when I'm riding on these country roads, I'm counting the 5G towers. And I'm telling y'all, the nearest 5G tower to me is miles and miles down the road. It's nowhere near me. What's up, all the world's a stage, bro? I want to live in the woods, big tent where they catch your food. Yeah, it's the best way to live, man. In the woods, off in the cut, in the country, away from society. And when I first moved out here, my family, like my immediate family, they tried their hardest to get me back to the city. They was being straight agents. I ain't catch it at the time when I first moved here. It was like 3 years ago. I really didn't catch it like that. But they was like begging me to move back to the city. And I was weird. I was kind of odd to me. I'm thinking to myself, they should be congratulating me that I got out of all that, away from zombie land. Because this is where we come from. We come from the country. Like, I'm a country boy at heart. Like, I remember being a kid in Mississippi and us building like little tents, like little constructs outside, like going off into the woods, getting sticks. Because my granddad had a junkyard, right? And he had a bunch of cars back there. I remember being 10 years old in Mississippi, man. Me and my cousins, my brother, we would go off into the woods, get sticks. We would go to the junkyard. We would take like the hood off. That's how creative we was, right? We would take the hood off the cars, carry it back to where we was at, and we would take the hood off these cars and make like a roof and put it on like these tents that we was like living in. We would like spend hours inside these tents after we built them. That's just like being in the country and being creative. They've taken this away from us, because if you in the city, being in the city, you constantly being bombarded with distractions. You riding down the road, it's a wreck over here, police over here, zombies over here arguing and fighting with each other. You go to a certain area, gunshots over here. You got a 5G tower right across the street from where you live at. So you don't have time to actually think, to actually have that peace of mind. Here in the country, you can have that peace of mind. I'm surrounded by trees. I'm surrounded by tall trees. I have number. I'm gonna show. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go live one day. And I'm gonna walk up and down my driveway and out on the street out there and just show y'all how beautiful it is out here. It's so pretty, man. And I think sometimes I'm not thankful enough for it. Sometimes I'll be like, man, I'm out here in the country. But sometimes, like, I'm thankful for that I'm out here, because you get the real peace of mind. I got to move back with my mom and get me another job. Like, save up, RV, rent my apartment. Yeah, man. I was in an apartment, bro. I got the hell out of there. I got out the apartments, man. They got us stacked on top of each other. Like, supposed to be stacked on top of each other like that. They take us out of naturality, man. And another thing my people said when they came here, they said, I asked them, I said, how come y'all don't like it out here? I already said, they said, well, there ain't no stores out here. And they was so much in a rush to get back to zombie land. That shit, that kind of tripped me out. Me seeing that, me seeing my people act like that, knowing that we come from the country and they wanted to they took us out of our natural environment. And the food, like the home cooking too, like uh the home, it's a lot of mom and pops restaurants, like in the town. Like, I'm in the country, right? Like where I'm at, the town I live in, right? It has one store. It's like the town has just one road, one cop here, right? But it's a town over called Salem. It's like 20 minutes away. It's like a town. It's like a city, but it's a small town, like a type of vibe. But this place has a lot of mom and pops restaurants, a lot of uh entrepreneur owned stores. You don't have like a lot. You don't have Gucci and Fendi, all these high end stores in here in the town where I live at. It's more entrepreneurial, entrepreneur owned joints, and the food is good, man. Like this one restaurant, like I told you, I was a cook for a while. I was a chef for a while, but it's a restaurant up here in town. I used to work there a few years ago, and they got some of the best food. Like some of the best food you can eat is in a small town. You're not gonna find it in the city like that. Like if you like home cooked meals, like real home cooked meals, like the green beans with the pepper, with seasoned green beans with the, real home cooked food that you can't find in the city. It's in the small towns in the country. And then if you like, you want to jog, you want to walk, it's just peaceful. Nobody's not gonna bother you. I can like, I don't do this, but I can literally leave my door unlocked all night if I want it. I don't do it though because you don't know who's out there now. But if I wanted to, in the city, I couldn't do that. In the city, and when I lived in the city, I didn't get a peace of mind. I was more caught up in doing the matrix shit. I really woke up when I moved to the country. When I was able to like actually sit and think. In the city, I was constantly just on the move, doing something, doing this, doing that. I was constantly just caught up in the lifestyle. So it took for me to get out that environment until I had to adapt back to where I come from. Because like I told you, I was born in Mississippi. I grew up in the country, but my parents wanted to get to the city because it was better. Like it was better jobs, and that's a con to living in the country. You're not gonna find. That's one con I can say to living in the country. You're not gonna find a high paying job. But if you do live in the country, if you rent out a trailer, 3 bedroom trailer, or you get you a modular, you get you a little small house, you can pay $500-$600 a month in rent and go make 20 an hour or 18 an hour at a local store, or even 15 an hour because the cost of living is not high here. In the city, I got a 3 bedroom house, right? Two bath. The price of this where I live at in the city or something like this where I live in the city would probably be 2 grand a month for rent. Probably more than that. Probably, and the bills are high, right? You want to go there, Mississippi, man? That's some of the best memories I had, man. Like when I was a kid living in Mississippi. Some of the best memories I had. We had the candy lady because my grandmother lived in a place called Windsor Court. Like she lived in the middle of Windsor Court. I'm just trying to get out a little bit, because I talk a lot. I talk a lot of so-called conspiracy stuff on my channel. I'm just trying to switch it up, give y'all some insight on who I am. Y'all know, give y'all some insight on who I really am. Like I ain't gonna tell y'all too much, but yeah, when I was living in Mississippi, uh, my grandmother lived in a place called Windsor Court, but on the left of her it was projects, and then on the other side of her was a place called Green Acres, where a bunch of houses, just working class people lived there, and then in the middle, Windsor Court was like more of where old people lived that retired. They retired. Like my grandmother lived on one part of the duplex, and my auntie she lived up the street. But even then, it was still Mississippi. It's a country setting. But then you had the candy lady. Yeah, I don't know if y'all not. Some of y'all might not be familiar with the candy lady. The candy lady sold freeze cups. It was just some of the best experiences I had, man, that I've taken with me that I still carry to this day. Of me just having to just being country, man. Like even going to stay summers with my granddad, seeing everything, how everything was done homemade. Like my grandmother was a candy lady. All the kids from the neighborhood would come to my granddad and grandmother's house and like buy candies, buy soda pop. My granddad would make homemade ice cream, and everybody from the neighborhood would come eat it. It was some of the best some of the best experiences that we don't experience. Like kids don't get to experience no more because they so tied up into their phones and technology. They got these kids so indoctrinated into the matrix. They take us out of this naturality of just being around people in general. People are more robotic now, right? But yeah, yeah, those are some of the good old days being down there. And like me living here now again, I'm back in the country now again, and I wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world. This I wouldn't want to raise my daughter in the city. I would rather raise her here in the country. I hear them good people there. The food out here is good, man. Real good food, man. Real good soul food, comfort food too, man. I think that's why I'm so humble too, because I'm a country dude. I'm a humble dude just because I come from the country. I grew up in it. I live here now in the country. That's why I'm so down to earth. I'm so humble. I'm easy to get along with. Somebody don't like me, they just a piece of shit. That's on them. You know, I'm glad you're doing well. If you can do it, I can do it. Just don't know how bad I want to leave the city life. Way too many zombies. I see dead people laughing my ass off. Yeah, bro. I was in the city the other day, man. Cause I told y'all, like I'm like 30, 40, I'm about 40 minutes from the city. But when I be going to the city, man, I can just feel it. Like I feel like I'm in zombie land. The people move slower. They're not paying attention. They're not aware. And I come out here in the country, I see dudes riding tractors, farming. I live around a bunch of farmers. I live around a bunch of farmers too. I live around a bunch of Amish live out here. This is Amish land where I live at too. So it's just kind of like, it kind of remind me of Mayberry, huh? It do. It kind of remind me of Mayberry. Yeah, YouTube stalkers. I try not to say too much either. Yeah, they be stalking on here, man. The spies. They be, you know. I'm gonna make a video about that too. They be sending spies to our channels. People that infiltrate us. They be trying to infiltrate. I be catching it in real time. I don't say nothing though, but I be seeing them like, yeah, they spying, being agents, doing what they do. But you know, what can I say? Do what you do. But yeah, man. That's my plans too, though. King Trail, man, give me a little RV, man, and just take all my personal possessions and just sell it, man. And just like, this is a 5-year plan of mine, to just be in an RV, going from state to state, just traveling, because they want to keep us stuck inside of a box all of our lives. They want to keep you stuck inside of an apartment in the city. And so it's like a grave. You inside of your own grave, and you got everybody stacked on top of each other. That ain't no way to live. People supposed to go out their door and be able to pick an apple off the tree and eat it. You're supposed to be able to go out to a cornfield, take the corn off the damn low thing and eat it. Real shit. They got everybody going to supermarkets. And yeah, it's a local butcher here too. In the town I live in, everything's local here too. Like my neighbor behind me has a big farm, and like he does squash, tomatoes, onions, all type of different vegetables, and he sells them to like the local restaurants in town where I live at here. So everything is local, grown from a garden. So when you go to a restaurant in the country, you're not getting no GMOs. You're not getting some shit from the demonic government. You're not gonna get no GMO tomato or lettuce or none of that. It's gonna be homemade from somebody's garden. They live in the town there. People got wells around here too. You get natural tap water. It's more natural. Let me think of some more pros. Let me think. Less traffic. That's what I like the most. I ain't gotta get on no interstate or no expressway and deal with a bunch of zombies driving erratic for no reason. Just driving crazy for no reason, going 100 miles in a 70-mile speed limit in a speed zone, going 80 miles in a 30-mile speed zone. No traffic at all. When I'm driving these country roads back here, I might see one person. That's it. The whole time I'm back here, I can go drive 20 minutes down the road and might see one car the whole time. That's the way I like it though. I'm not trying to be like, when I do go to the city, I don't get nervous. I don't like driving in the city no more. Cause you got zombies just operating these vehicles, and they treating these vehicles, they real deal crash dummies. They ready to take somebody out. They get in the car just to drive crazy to take somebody out. In the country, it's less of that. I ain't saying like I said earlier. I'm not saying ain't no zombies out here. There are zombies out here, but it's few. I don't have to. You don't have to deal with so many of them and have a fucked up day. I'm glad you said something about a grave because my apartment complex is literally across my graveyard. Yeah, it's a graveyard. It's a cemetery up my driveway, right up the driveway up the driveway from where, like I told you, my driveway is long. There's a cemetery at the end of my driveway up here, bro. And when I do go walking and jogging, it's just a peace of mind, man. Like the tree, so many trees out here. It's so like even the wintertime is beautiful out here, but when springtime come around, summertime come around, oh man, it's beautiful out here. It's so much greenery. You're not seeing concrete steel structures all the damn time. You seeing natural. You seeing greenery everywhere. I'm gonna get some pictures out of what it looks like out here during the spring and summer, and like post them on my community because it gets pretty out here. It's like in the city, it's just so polluted. It's just the air don't even smell natural. The air smells bad in the city too. You can smell all the toxins. You can smell all that shit in the air. You can smell the demonic. You can smell the demonic atmosphere when you go to the city. Some areas smell like death when you're in the city, opposed to the country. Country is more just more natural. Do any of y'all live in the country? I have any of y'all ever lived in the country before? And what was y'all experiences like? Do y'all have Amish people out in the Yeah, bro. Yeah, this is Amish country where I live at. Yeah, I'm surrounded by Amish. It's an Amish farm like 4 miles down the road from where I live. I think it's a little bit farther than that. But yeah, but there's an Amish farm over there. I see Amish all the time. Like when I go into town, when I go to the grocery store, or like when I just go into town and wash windows, you see the Amish all the time. You can people actually the Amish actually pay people around here like $50 to run them to the grocery store. You'll see them riding on their horse. They'll be riding their horse up the road because like I told y'all, it's no traffic back here where I live at. So you see Amish riding on their buggies all the time on their horses. But then when they want to go to like, if they do want to go into the city, they'll pay you $50, $100 to take you into town, take them into town. Like if I wanted to, I can go get in contact with the Amish and say, hey, I'll take you into town so many times a month. And you can just pay me gas money. Everybody does that. Here where I live at, I haven't done it, but I know a lot of people that do it. I know of a lot of people that do it. But when I go to the country and come back to the city, you can feel the difference. It's the energy. The energy is low in the city, man. The energy is more. The city, the vibrations like it's low in the city. You got more low vibrational people walking around in the city than you do the country. Because in the city, you just so distracted and there's no naturality there. It's nothing natural. Here you like when people grow their crops out here. Like I seen somebody walk up to a corn stalk, pick a piece of corn off the corn stalk and eat it right off the corn stalk, right here where I live at. Yeah, you can't do that in the city. You got to go. You got to go to a. You got to go to Kroger. See how they do us. Yeah, yeah, it is a big difference, man. I know this for a fact. Like I told you, when I go to the city and handle my business, I can just feel the energy is off. It's low. It's bad. I'm like, man, I gotta get the hell out of here. I can't wait to get back to the country. I was like, man, I gotta get the hell out of here. So I feel what you're saying. Yeah, trees, positive people. Nigga, yeah, it's a lot of trees out here where I live at all the world stage. Nothing but trees. I'm surrounded by trees. There's more trees out here than it is people. Literally, it's more trees out here than it is people. If you live in a place where there's more people than trees, you know it's gonna be the energy is gonna be off. The area is gonna be full of zombies. Because where's naturality at? If you somewhere where it's more zombies than there is trees, you in trouble. And I'm not like I'm not down on nobody. It's just it is what it is. I thought living in the city was where it was at for so long because I got taken out of my environment. My parents, they thought it was a good move to take us out of the country, but this was for economic reasons. Like I said, the only risk there is living in the country is you might not get that high paying job because there's not a lot of high paying jobs around. It's on the only jobs that are around in the country that when you live in the country is the jobs that suit that area. Like low paying jobs that suit the low wages that suit the low rent and the low electric bills and shit like that. Because a lot of people grow their own food. So a lot of people don't even go to the grocery stores out here where I live at. If they do, they probably go just to get like the basic necessities like toilet paper and shit like that. A lot of it's more natural. I know people that live in this town where I'm at that's never left. That's never left this place. They don't. There's no reason to. You go to the city, everybody, you got demons all around you. You walking, you could be walking in a substation, and a demon. You seen that? Y'all seen that movie Falling? A demon walk by you and try to grab you and put that energy off on you. Next thing you know, you possessed by whatever that person was possessed by that just touched you. This is why they want everybody crowded in these fucking cities. You walking by demonically possessed people. You don't know what they capable of. They can just rub off on you. And next thing you know, that bad energy just rubbing off on you. I'm not saying that it don't happen out here, but I'm saying it happens more, in the so-called metropolitan area. And another thing is like the air is more fresh out here too. The air quality is way more fresh because then you don't have all the vehicles. You don't have all those energy stations where they pumping the poisons and toxins out to the air. The air is way more fresh out here too. Because those trees, no trees give life. Trees are life, they're energy. And when you're surrounded by them, trees keep the air clean. So when I go outside, especially in the spring and summer, the air, like I open up all the doors. Like in my crib, when it's warm outside, I open up all my doors, all my windows, let all that fresh country air in here, and it's like so soothing. I can sit out on my front porch and fall asleep because it's so peaceful. I seen the movie Falling. Watch your life. Yeah, but yeah, during spring and summer, I do that all the time. Open up all the doors, windows. But last summer I was outside more, just sitting out there all day. I ain't got to worry about no distractions. And there's less cops too. That's another pro that I want to say too. There's less cops. And I really don't care for cops. I really never have because they're parasites to me. But I can say, me being a man, because sometimes we have to you grow up uh when it comes to your mind the way you think. So when I was in the city, I didn't care for cops because I seen the way they treated us. They treated us like shit. The cops did. But when I first moved out here to the country, I was like kind of shell shocked because I walked into the store one day, right? And the cop held the door open for me. He said, "How you doing, young man?" I'm thinking to myself, like, I ain't know whether to run or laugh. I'm like, damn, I never had a cop hold the fucking door open for me. Only time cops held doors open for me was when I was getting into the back of the cop car. That's the only time a cop held the door open for me when they was slamming my damn cell door. So when that happened, I was like, wow. I was like, damn. And I was calling my people like, man, this is where it's at because it's less cops and the ones I've dealt with, they've been cool. Like I run down the road, they wave at you. It's like it's just more, they more, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't have to deal with like it's less cops. I don't see them like that. But like me seeing that, moving here and experiencing that was something different. Opposed to me like just being in the city all my life and the cops harassing me, treat me like shit, stopping us for no reason. I haven't dealt with that here since I've been in the country. You know. What's up, down to earth gaming, bro? What's how you been, dog? Yeah, long time no see, man. Long time no see, dog. Yeah, I see. You said, what the cops? Yeah, the cops in the city, they parasites, man. They pieces of shit. I ain't saying they ain't, I'm not saying the ones here where I live at ain't either, but I ain't had no run-ins with them. But I ain't look. I avoid them at all costs anyway. But they don't. That's what I'm saying. Ain't that many of them here? It's less cops. The city, they looking to harass somebody. They looking. They not trying to protect and serve. They want to harass and irritate you. That's what's up, bro. That's what's up, dog. That's what's up, man. Glad you're doing good, man. But yeah, I'm thinking about growing my own garden next this spring. I'm thinking about it. I am because it's this place that I clean their windows, right, and they got it's a place where you can get all the you can start like your own garden. He sells seeds. He sells all the tools that you need to start a home garden. So I'm thinking about this spring, like setting up a garden in my backyard and like just building like a little small fence around it. Like something, just start off something small. Just to start off like tomatoes and onions, like watermelon, squash and shit like that. Just growing it myself. Cause I'm like surrounded by like I'm in the woods, so I can do this. So I'm trying to be less dependent on the matrix. Yeah, man, forget that. Yeah, I don't fool with the police, bro. But I'm saying like the less you got, the less I got to see them is better. I don't want to. I don't. I am not trying to deal with them if I don't have to. Yeah, but that's a pro to being out in the sticks, man. But yeah, I am gonna do that, man. I'm gonna grow me a little garden, man. Cause I've been looking into it. And it looks easy, and I've done it before. Uh, 2007, I was living in Mississippi with my grandmother, and she had a garden, and she would grow what's it called, zucchini. She would grow cucumbers. She would grow her own okra, and she know I love okra. So sometimes she would grow it just for me, and she would take it. She would bring it inside, batter it up, and fry it. But anyway, she had a garden. She grew everything herself. She didn't go to the store. The only time she went into town, this was in Mississippi, right? Like I'm in the country now, man, but I'm in southern Indiana. But when I was in Mississippi, she rarely went to the store. Only time she went, she would pay somebody to come in to where she lived at, take it into town to get like small things she needed. But she just grew like her own food. And like I would help her maintain her garden sometimes. I built a fence around her garden because some of the neighborhood kids would like run through her garden and stuff and like just ruin everything. So she had me build her a fence to keep everybody out, to keep people from walking through it. But that was real. That's what taught me. I think that's me seeing that as a kid, even as a teenager. I think I was 19 in 2007. Experiencing that as a young man helped me. It helped me now to where I have the tools already implanted in me because I seen this. I can go do it myself. Have my own garden. I'm bad police in Jumanji. Yeah, right. That's facts, bro. But yeah, it's always dope to do everything on our own. Like that's what I'm saying. The country life is the best life. I wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world. I don't want to ever go back to the city. If I don't have to, I don't ever want to move back to the city ever again. Because I'm a loner anyway. I like to isolate myself anyway. That's just how I am. I never really fit in. I don't fit in with big groups of people. I'm always just a one man army anyway. So me being out here in the country and like me being off in the middle of the woods, like my driveway, it's like I said, it's almost a mile long. I'm like isolated, like I'm off in the woods, like in the sticks. Like during the summertime, when everything starts to grow, like my bad, during the springtime when everything starts to grow, you can't even see my house back in the woods. Like you got to come like back into the driveway to see the crib because the trees, all the greenery is covering it. You can't see me back. You can't see us back here. And that's the way I like it. Even like me, just in general, I'm just a loner, man. I don't like being around a whole lot of people. I like to be isolated. you know, because I get a peace of mind that way. If I'm constantly around somebody and they got bad energy, they energy is rubbing off on me, you know. Yeah, get them likes up for me though. Yeah, people in it, and I believe, I think, and I know for a fact, people that live in the city, they got more energy, they full of bad energy, just negative energy, because that's what you surround. I'm not saying everybody in the city is bad people. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, but the majority of the zombies and the NPCs and the bots that are living in these cities, they don't have no empathy. They don't have like they just I can tell when I'm talking to somebody from the city, man, because they overly arrogant. They overly arrogant, even with the women too. I can tell when I'm like, I really don't care for women from the city. I like country women. I rather have a country woman than a city woman from the city. You know, because a country woman is more humble. A woman from the city is more gonna be more material. She's gonna be more arrogant, more full of herself. You know, she's gonna be more zombified, opposed to a woman from the country. That's what I'm saying. I can tell when I'm dealing with them too, because you can hear like it's someone on YouTube here, and you listen to them talking in their videos. You can just hear them. You can hear it in their voice. Bad energy. Look what you got a 5G tower next to your house. You being zapped 24/7. You don't have time. Like you just full of bad energy, and that shit spewing out your mouth. It spews right at they. It comes. You can just tell. I can listen to somebody's video and you already tell they aura like, okay, yeah, this motherfucker's a piece of shit. All right, this motherfucker's a demon perpetrating to be good. Okay, I see what time. I see what type of timing they on. You spot them from a mile away. That's just people with bad energy in general. But you find this more with people in these fucking cities. That's why I stay my ass out the city. I stay in the country. I stay low key. I like to be low key. I'm still in the matrix though. I'm still on the grid. Don't get it twisted. But you know, like we manifest our own reality, right? I've always wanted to get back to the country, and this is where I'm back. This is where I'm at. This is where I'm gonna be at. Oh man, the women in the cities are doomed. I had experienced that myself. They are, yeah, they arrogant. You can when you listen to them talk, you can tell. You can tell, like you're like, man, wow. They just got bad vibes and bad energy. They over arrogant. They just over needy too. Like they think the whole world's supposed to stop for them. Yeah, they think they coochie don't stink. I had to get away from them, man. I love being. Yeah, that's facts, King Turbo. Yeah, like the world, like the Matrix. They think the Matrix revolves around them. Just self-centered, self-centered. And you like, man, like nah, I'm good on that. They all caught up in the fashion. Like, nah, I'm good. Give me a good old country girl. Give me somebody that's down to earth and humble. Somebody that want to grow. Somebody that want to make a garden. Somebody that want to just have a country life. Somebody just want to have a laid back life. We ain't got to be flashy. We ain't got to, we ain't got to do all this extra stuff. Yeah, the next video I do. I'm gonna do the city life video next because I lived in the city for a long time too, for years and years. So I've had both experiences. I've had the city experience, living in the city experience, and when I did live in the city, I mean I didn't like it. I never liked it. I never felt like I fit in when I lived in the city. I'm like, man, I always felt out of place. I always felt out of place. I was like, shout out Life is Rich. They call them Jezebels. Yeah, man. Yeah, you can when you hear them talk, like you can just tell, like they bipolar too. They bipolar. One minute they like you, next minute they hate you. That's them are city women. These are the 5G city women. They bipolar as hell. One minute they want to talk, the one minute they love you, next minute damn, they got all these bad feelings. Oh, He said this wrong. You say one thing. You say one thing that they don't like. They ready to bite your head off. You say one thing they don't like. They whole computer shut down. You the worst. You the worst dude on earth. Big facts. Yeah, they Jezebels, man. They got them demon spirits on 'em. They got that bad energy in them. They're around bad energy all day. If you're around bad energy all day, and that's all, and you self-centered, and you just a selfless person. You ain't got no, and even people. So I don't want to get off topic. Even people in the so-called woke conscious community that say they got souls and spirits. I'm starting to question some of these people. Do they got souls and spirits? Because some of them just rub me. Some of these people in this community, so-called community, rub me the wrong way. I could just I can watch their video and just listen to them like, hey, this person ain't maybe who I thought they was, you know. I try to be real. I consider myself a real person, a real soul, you know, in this matrix. I try to be as honest, humble, as raw as I can. I believe I'm a very transparent person, you know. I'm the same. That's what I'm saying. That's just me being a country dude. That's me being a country guy. I'm the same dude on this YouTube as like I am off of YouTube. This is not a persona. I'm not getting paid to have no persona on here. So, and I believe being country, it gives you morals. You get you have values that you go by too. You more of a, like, it's just more values. Like, you just more of a deep rooted person, a humble person. Because many of the people that I've been around, that's been like, when I was in the city, they didn't have like that extra edge, just that deep root hospitality, you know, just a welcoming hospitality. It's more of a kind of standoffish, like, I'm gonna put it to you like this. Like, when I'm out here in the country, right? I'm out in the stores. Like, when I go to the store, I go into town. I'm out and about. It's more of a friendly vibe, more of a friendly feeling. People want to communicate with you. They want to get to know you. They wave at you. They're more welcoming. And then when I go to the city, I'm getting mean mugged. Motherfuckers looking at me crazy, side eyeing me. I'm like, wow. Like, ain't nobody waving at you. Like, if I'm riding down in one of these country roads down here, somebody out cutting their grass, they wave at me. You go to the city, mother, one of them demons, man, they cutting their eye at me like they want to bite my head off. Because they don't have no soul. They don't have no spirit. They don't have that country humbleness about them. Being in the country, you can't get no more humble because you appreciate your environment. I appreciate my environment. I appreciate the trees. I appreciate when it gets spring. Summer out here it's so beautiful out here. I just appreciate it. And that being more appreciative makes you more of a humble person. And, like, that's what I'm saying. I believe that I'm saying the country creates humble, appreciative people, you know, opposed to somebody growing up in the city that's been distracted all their lives. They self-centered, thinking everything evolves around them. Let me take some more things that I can tell you. I said, yeah, more of a pretty scenic, more of a pretty scenic too. Like, the scenic is pretty. You don't see like these cities look like prisons. Country is more of a, it's just a natural view. The view that we supposed to be. They took us out of these like the naturality and put us in unnaturality. They make it to where you have to go through them to get everything. You have to go through them to get drinking water. You have to go through them to get apples, to get fruits, to get your food, to get your consumption. You have to go through them. Being in the country, you don't have to run into all these toxins. You can just create your own home remedies. It's more of a bartering system in the country too, because I've done things for people and I didn't even get paid. It's just okay, I owe you, you owe me. Okay, I come cut your grass. Hey, I come clean your window. You got something that I want. You got something that I want. I got something you want. We can exchange. I come do a job for you. We can just trade. Hey, he got a tractor. He got a tractor. They ain't got to swap no cash. They just swap the tractor out. It's a bartering system. It's the way it's supposed to be. Yeah, a lot of people do that here. A lot of people do that. Yeah, bartering trade, bro. A lot of these farmers out here where I'm at do that. A lot of the Amish do it too. Like they swap out equipment. They don't write checks. They just swap out farmers equipment. Hey, whatever I grow this season, we can just hey, you got squash, I got watermelons, I got corns, uh you growing tobacco, we can just trade. If I got a tobacco farm, you growing fruits and veggies, we can just you got the tobacco, you need veggies, we can just swap out, trade. No money involved, the way it's supposed to be. I think the Amish does that down the road. The Amish farm down the road, I think they have a bunch of chickens down there, and they got eggs that they trade for stuff. I think they might give people a dozen eggs just to give them a ride in the town. That's what happens a lot of the time because they get their own chickens. I got a chicken coop in front of my house, but I ain't got no chickens in it. I got a big old chicken coop in front of my house. I ain't got no chickens. That's what I'm saying. I got all the tools out here to do my own thing. Like I got the chicken coop. We sitting on all these acres out here. We can grow plenty of vegetation. It's just me putting the effort in going to do it. It's easier said than done, right? There's somebody I used to work with had their own garden. It was trying, like giving me tips and pointers on how to start my own garden. But yeah, y'all get them likes up for me. Get them likes up for me. But that's what I'm gonna do one day. One day I'm gonna do like a vlog. I was jogging. I was going from my scenery around at that time. So I think I'm just gonna do a vlog one day to where I'm walking, either walking, or I might just take y'all on a little car ride and show y'all like the scenery back here, how good it look, and maybe that'll motivate some people like to get to the country where we supposed to be at. This is like because like it's just a peace of mind that I can't even explain. Like you can like at nighttime you can hear a pin drop. You can hear a pin drop. It's so quiet. You can go outside and just sit in the grass and meditate. Easy to go to get deep into your thoughts. At times I would go outside and just sit and just close my eyes and sit in the sun and just sit there and just be in my thoughts, deep into my thoughts. Hold on, y'all. My bad. Hold on. I was gonna ask, would any of you all consider living in the country ever? Like I said, I want to get me an RV in the next 5 years because I've been saving my money, or my Monopoly money. I just want to be able to just travel the country because this is our land. We the originals. I just want to be able to go see it and like go to different places and just park the RV like different like go off into the mountain or go to like a lake or something, different like places around the country and just just hike and just walk around and just see different things. Like I really don't want to see the cities like that. I want to see like the countrysides to like different states. Like go to Montana, go out west, go up north, go like up north, go back down south, Alabama, go to Louisiana, Texas, all these different places. Just go to the countryside and you see it. That's what I want to do. And do it in an RV though. Just live out the RV, not have to worry about nothing. Cause I'm to the point now, I'm making the Monopoly money. Like I can reach my goal in the next 4 years to get that RV and to get like, cause I'm manifesting it now. I'm manifesting it. Like once I manifest, I put my mind to something, I make it appear into my reality. Like I wanted to own I wanted to be a business owner. I manifested it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna put it into reality. I have my own business now. Same thing with me wanting to come back to the country. I always wanted to get back to the country at some point in time in my life, and I did. I'm still in my early 30s, and this is where I want. This is where I want to be at. This is where I want to have a family. This is where I want to raise my child at. You know. And so with the RV, this is something I want to do. Just get rid of all my matrix possessions. Get rid of all this shit, and just travel the land. Just see everything. You know. This is what they don't want us doing. This is what they want. This is what they don't want us doing. They want you. This is hell we in, right? This is the physical, but you can have some peace here. It depends on where you want to be at and what you want to do. It just depends. Oh yeah, and being in the country, being from the country, teaches you to have respect too. You have more respect for others and for yourself too. You have way more respect. You're just more respectful, more just not like just more being more respectful, like towards other people, towards their environment, just towards everything, towards just everything. I don't know. I think I'm out of pros and cons, but I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I'm gonna come back with another video and say like I do like life in the city and just go through my experiences from my like throughout my life, share that with y'all. I just wanted to do something different, give y'all a little bit of insight on my life, just me being a country dude, me just being a humble dude, and I think that's how I run my channel. Well, with that being said, y'all, I'm out. Hope y'all enjoyed. I'm gone. I appreciate that all the world. I appreciate that, bro. All the world's a stage, man. Enjoy your day too, dog. Don't let the Matrix get you, man.